Hey y'all, it's your girl Maria, the spiritual homegirl, and I wanted to do a video clarifying something I said earlier. I said that I was very intentional about my speech and I was going to make another video, and this is that video. So for a while now, I have floated I'm a person that believes in gray area. That's kind of how we operate. I know society says a lot of things have to be black and white. To a degree, sometimes they do, but a lot of times on our journey, since it's so nuanced and it's so personal to us and the circumstances are never really the exact same for each person to a T, to the letter, I think that there is some gray that we have to put some respect on. So with that being said, I want to talk about how I floated between the poles of it's just words and words with spells, and I agree with both. And I think that sometimes, I know it's gonna sound hypocritical, I don't give, this is what this video is about. I don't care. So the reason why I don't care is because there's a lot of hypocrisy that goes on. Not even hypocrisy. Well, it could be considered hypocrisy. It could be considered contradictory opinions, things like that. Sometimes we as society, and I always say we because I'm never above anything I say, sometimes we try to hold people to black and white when the shit really do just be gray. We try to force people to operate out of a black and white area when it's clearly gray. So, but that's a whole nother, I feel like I'm digressing. But getting back to why I made this video, about why I have been kind of playing with both sides. I think when it comes to it's just words, I apply that to people that I know ain't about shit, that's trying to stop what I'm doing, or, you know what I'm saying, or people that ain't really did nothing that I'm working to do and they try to give advice, like things like that. When I discredit people that are being purposefully negative and deterring and things like that, it's just words. I let it roll off. I could give a care less. Obviously, I'm working. And I don't really put a lot of stock into that. But then, you know, on the flip, words with spells. How I talk to myself, how I address myself, how I address my dreams, my goals, my hopes, whatever. I address that, you know what I'm saying, from a different standpoint. I have to be intentional with what I say. Even with me cursing. I know I've cursed a lot on this platform. I have. A lot of my stuff ain't for kids. But at the same time, I realize that I need to be more intentional with how I address people. And I can cuss like a sailor. That's not a bragging, but that's just saying, I mean, y'all have heard it on a couple of episodes, but I decided to be more intentional with my speech and just be more clear about when that's needed and when that's not. So I'm going to be more intentional on myself when it comes to how I use profanity and things like that. Sometimes I'm going to have to say it just for y'all to get the point, because that's how I want to present the point. But sometimes just using it arbitrarily just because it's just there, I don't think that's something that I am going to do, at least in this time of my life. Now, I could literally wake up tomorrow and say, game over. I'm gonna do what I've been doing. But I'm just saying, like, that's just kind of where I'm at in this moment at the posting of this video. Also, as I said in the previous video before, and podcast episode before, I am working to get trying out of my vocabulary. I'm about 85% good with getting it out. And when I do those 15%, when I say trying, I correct myself in the moment. And I know some of y'all that may have heard me or may have met me for the first time or first couple of times may have heard me say trying, and then I correct myself in the moment. I know you're probably thinking I'm a little crazy. I don't care. It's okay. I have to self-correct regardless of who's there, because if I don't self-correct in the moment, I have to hold myself accountable, whether it's in front of you or whether it's by myself or in front of my mama or whoever. Like, I have to do it in the moment so I can trick my mind to saying, oh, don't say trying if you're about to say trying. Say I'm doing, I'm in the process of, I'm preparing to, I'm working towards. So that's what I mean when I say I'm being more intentional to speech. But I just wanted to let people know, like, if you're in that situation like I am, where you're floating in between words or spells and be very intentional too, it's just words, you're completely fine to do that. Because what I was taught was you can't do that. And I feel like, who is somebody else to tell me or you what you can and cannot do? Now, for some of y'all that want to work in black and white, that's fine. This video not for you. You can keep moving with the black and white if that works for you. But for those that are struggling with the gray area in a black and white society, I'm letting you know you're free to make the choice to do whatever you want to do in your journey. So pick your choice in terms of how you want to flow in between words and live your life. You know what I'm saying? As long as it's true to you and it makes sense, I don't see the problem with that. You know what I mean? Because again, I'm not going to validate negativity. I'm not going to validate BS. Yeah, words with spells, but to me, when it comes to that BS, it bounced right off. Boop, it's just words. When it comes to me, how I address myself and other people and things like that, and of respect and things like that, words are spells. I will try my best. I will do my best. See that self-correct? I will do my best to make sure that I speak life into everybody, and that's that. Oh, Let me keep my chain to myself. But yeah, y'all, that's all I wanted to say. Don't forget Tribe Letter. Sign up for Tribe Letter. Spiritual Girl Podcast is going up. And that's it. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.